Chapter 1.4 is on polynomials. A polynomial is an algebraic expression that involves only addition, subtraction, and the multiplication of variables. So an example of a polynomial would be 4x squared minus 2x plus 3. And you see you only have addition and subtraction and multiplication. And so you can have division of a variable. So you cannot have 4 over x minus 2 because the variable is being divided by. You cannot have the square root of a variable. So you cannot have 4 root x. And finally, you cannot have the absolute value of the variable. So the expression of 3 plus x is not a polynomial. So you can name polynomials either by terms or by degrees. Terms are the parts of the expression that are added or subtracted. So if we go back to our example of a polynomial of 4x squared minus 2x plus 3, the terms would be 4x squared, 2x, and 3, because those are the three parts of the expression that are added and subtracted together. Degrees, however, are the maximum number of variables that appear in the term. So if you look at our example of polynomial, you could see that it would be to the second degree, because you 4x squared, the 2 is the highest variable that appears in any single term. So the first way to name polynomials is by their terms. So a one-term polynomial is called a monomial. And examples of monomials are x, simply, or you can have long monomials such as 5x to the 5th, y to the 10th, z to the 6th. So that's a monomial. 2 terms are called binomials, 3 terms are called trinomials, and 4 terms, there's no special name, so you call them 4-term polynomial. Naming polynomials by degrees, you have your constant function, which is not raised to any degree, so it's just a number, so 4 or 7. You have first degrees, which are called linear polynomials. So you have 7x, just plain x. If it's raised to the second degree, it's called a quadratic polynomial. So you can have 9x squared. And remember that the amount of terms does not matter for degrees, so you can have 9x squared plus 3x plus 9, and that's still a second term. Third degrees are called cubic. Fourth degrees are called quartic. Fifth degree is quintic. And sixth degree, there's no special name, so you just call them sixth degree, etc. When naming polynomials, you want to express them in degree and then term. So let's name these 2 polynomials. So you can see that this first one is raised to the second degree, so it is called a quadratic. And there's 3 terms, so it's a quadratic trinomial. This next one is raised to, in total in the first term, there are 5 powers. So it is a quintic, and there's 2 terms, so a quintic binomial. When you're multiplying binomials, you want to remember the acronym FOIL. And FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. And those 4 words refer to the order which you multiply terms in binomials. So if you have the equation of x minus 3 times 2x minus 5, first you would multiply the first terms together. So you would get 2x squared. Then you would multiply the outer terms together. So you'd get plus 5x. Then the inner, so minus 6x. And then the last, so minus 15. And that way you get your answer. And this can be simplified to 2x squared minus x minus 15. And that is how you multiply binomials together. So let's do another. So 3x minus 8 times 2x minus 7. So if you remember the acronym, I'll just write up here, FOIL. So you do the first terms, so 6x squared, and then the outer terms, so minus 21x, the inner terms, minus 16x, and the last terms, plus 56, and you can combine like terms, so 6x squared minus 37x plus 56, and that is your answer.